the most exciting parts about spending all those times with those young Cougars is that we each got to experience a developmental milestone in the Cougars' lives. And I think the favorite one for me was when they were about 3 months old, and I watched them learn how to leap over cage furniture and onto each other. It was this whole like, I'm a jungle cat and I'm stalking and I'm gonna leap over that log and grab you. And they were practicing it over and over, and I saw them go from doing it really sloppy to doing it really well by the end of a few hours.
First baby steps that I'm the most proud of, or that were the most exciting for me, were when the Cougars started to come down and eat in front of me. When they first arrived, they were really scared and they hid the whole time, and they wouldn't come down at all if we were present in the night houses where we were sitting with them. And then after about a day, I remember the first time they hopped off of their kennel, which was their favorite hiding space, and they started to eat right in front of me, and it meant that they were comfortable with me, or more comfortable enough to eat.
A really neat incident with these cats was when we were trying to move them from their quarantine area into their new enclosure. We tried to get them to go without anesthesia, so we had an idea of putting in a box or a transport, and just like a domestic cat, they were too curious. They had to go in and check it out, even as wild as they are. And I just love the fact that when they see something like that, they're still cats. They're curious about everything.
Probably my favorite first baby step that they had was first time they got to actually go out into the larger pen and explore all these new toys and contraptions that had been created for them to climb on and play on, and they were nervous and just kind of slowly sticking their head out, but within a few days they were out rolling around and just playing like crazy.
The Cougars have grown a great deal since we got them in October. When they came in, they were about 15 pounds each, and recently we weighed them in at close to 80 pounds each. They've gotten so much larger, but they still have a ways to go. Male Cougars can get to about 150 pounds, so that's what we're expecting for these males.
When the cats first came, they were each getting about 1.5 pounds of meat diet per day per cat, and now they're getting about 4 pounds, so that's a big increase. The cats will let us know when they need a food increase. Basically, they eat their food quickly and then they look around for more food, and we can tell by looking at their body condition as well. And if this is happening, we know that they need a diet increase, and we will increase the diet. Likewise, if they're refusing food and not wanting to eat as quickly, we know that we're feeding them too much, and we can decrease their diet as needed.
Before we could move the Cougars into their new habitat, we had to consider a lot of things. Their well-being and their happiness is crucial. Also, feelings of security and enrichment and fun need to be considered for these young cats. So before we did so, we added some elements to the design of the exhibit. We brought in some plantings that they could hide around. We brought in a culvert to create sort of a caved atmosphere that they could go under in bad weather, or just when they needed a break from people, they could hide behind. They can also get on top of, because of course Cougars like to be elevated and survey the landscape around them. So we brought in those kinds of elements, as well as some other play structures for just some good fun for them. They need to be able to climb and romp and wrestle, and they have plenty of room to do that. Before we could bring them in as well and introduce them to all of our guests, we wanted them to become comfortable with crowds of people. So one of the things we did early is that we brought them into their habitat after hours when it was quiet. They got to explore, find their hiding places, find their favorite places to be before they dealt with the public. Later, we had sort of a mock grand opening. We invited those people that are friends of the Nature Center, as well as staff, those with children, and we all came together one evening before the grand opening just to have the first introduction to a crowd for the Cougars.
By getting the cats used to people, we're also improving visitor experience, because the more comfortable the Cougars are with visitors, the more natural they behave and the more close to the fence they'll come and curious in people that they will be. In addition to working with the Cougars, we also made other habitat improvements to improve the visitor experience. We put in a new fence called Invisimesh, which is easier to see through. We've planted native plantings, and also we've created new interpretive signage.
Interpretation differs from education in that rather than trying to teach a list of facts about our wildlife, we simply want to pique people's interest so that hopefully they'll leave here wanting to know more. When we revamped our cougar and bobcat exhibits, we engaged a consulting firm that's familiar with zoos and aquariums. Together with that team, we tried to present cougars and bobcats holistically in order that people could understand how they fit into the ecology of southern Appalachia.
So after about 7 months of preparation, we were finally able to put the Cougars on exhibit, and they had their grand opening event on April 30th, 2011. And that day we had a ribbon cutting event, and Mayor Bellamy was present, as well as a Native American Cherokee dancer who did a dance for the Cougars and had several participants in the audience to dance with him. And the Asheville High School Cougar Marching Band, they were also here playing as well. The whole day went really well and went really smoothly, and the Cougars did great in their new exhibit.
It's been a long and winding road and taken the better part of a year, but our Cougars are finally on exhibit.
Everyone can come to see them and enjoy them in their new adventure here at the Nature Center.
I felt privileged to go on this journey with our Cougars.
It's a pleasure seeing our visitors enjoy them and also learn
Their natural history and our natural heritage.
We will continue to work with them.
I hope you appreciate our cats as much as we do here at the Nature Center.
And thanks for watching the video.
Goodbye.